The function for counting values within observations allows you to create a variable that counts occurrences of specific values within a declared set of variables. For instance, if our dataset contains a set of variables representing readership of various weekly magazines, the Count Occurrences function can help us determine how many magazines a particular person reads. If each variable corresponds to a specific magazine, where 1 indicates yes reads, using the Count Occurrences function and declaring 1 as the counted value, we get the information on how many times a 1 appears within the set of variables. It's important to note that the Count Occurrences function tells us how many times a given value appears within the specified variables, which is not the same as summing the values across multiple variables. The results of both operations will be the same only if the variables are coded in a binary way. For example, if reads is coded as 2 and doesn't read as 1, the Count Occurrences result will differ from summing. Also, remember that the variable must be numeric or text type. In this example, we will summarize the readership of weekly magazines. Let's open the dataset Magazines. The dataset includes variables for age, gender of the respondent, and variables relating to the readership of weekly magazines, Mag 1 to Mag 10. A value of 1 indicates that the respondent reads a given magazine, while 0 indicates they do not. In this example, we are interested in counting the occurrences of 1. Counting values can also be performed on text variables or using missing values if that is our focus. It all depends on our objective. To use the Count Occurrences function, click Transform, then count values within cases. In the window that appears in the Target Variable field, enter the name of the new variable. Let's name it N Magazines, and in the Target Variable label field, enter the label for the new variable. In our case, it will be Number of weekly magazines read. From the list of variables on the left, select the variables for which you want to count occurrences. In our example, select variables Mag 1 to Mag 10 and click the arrow in the middle to move them to the right side. The next essential step is to specify the value that we want to count. To do this, click the Define Values button. The new window that appears has 2 areas. The first area allows you to specify the values to be counted, and the second area on the right will display the defined values. In the Value field, enter the desired value of the variable. In our case, it is the value 1. Click Add. You can also choose to count missing values, whether they are system missing or user-defined. This option might be useful if, for example, you want to know how many questions a respondent did not answer, assuming each question is represented by a separate variable. You can also specify a range of values, or a range indicating that it should count from the smallest value to the specified value, or from the specified value to the largest value in the dataset. This option can be useful, for instance, if the set of variables represents a respondent's income in each month of the year, and you want to determine how many times in the year the income was between 3,000 and 4,000 euro. Returning to our case, if the value has been added and is visible in the Counted Values field, click Continue again to return to the previous window. To perform the procedure, click OK. You will see that a new variable has been created, containing a summary of the counted values. Now we have information on how many weekly magazines each respondent reads, which can be used for further analysis. The new variable can now be used as a filtering variable, a grouping variable, or simply to create a simple chart showing the distribution of values.